guys, welcome back to our weekly Q&A show where we sit here and answer your real estate questions.
Ta-da!
Ta-da! We have been getting some really great questions from you guys. So if you have any questions that you want us to answer in a future show, feel free to reach out anytime. Our contact information is in the description below. Best way to reach us is our website, our email, or leave a comment below.
Yeah. And if you'd like these, I know we're talking to other agents specifically, but you may have clients where you're from. I know we've said this in the past as well, but please refer them to us. We're happy to give a beautiful referral fee and take care of them here in the Mid-Willamette Valley, Oregon area.
Yes.
And just reach out if you know somebody moving to Oregon specifically, because we have a lot of contacts, and that's what's been fun about this business. If you're new to real estate, build that contact book, put together a team, because that's going to make your real estate transactions so much better, and it just makes it a little bit more fun. You know, like if someone comes across your mind, how you always want to call them. I call real estate agents sometimes and just say, hey, how you doing in other areas? And that's also just to educate myself in this type of market we're in. What's it like in Wisconsin? If you're watching Wisconsin.
It's good to know. Yeah, so definitely do that. We would love to give you a referral fee. We appreciate all your referrals. So if you're new here, just real quick before we get into this, welcome. My name's Mariah. That's my husband. Yeah, sorry. Spencer. My husband, Spencer. We're a real estate team together here in Oregon. And basically, we're just going through. We get a lot of questions from you guys. So we're just picking. Usually, last week we picked one and just talked about it the whole time because it was a loaded question. But usually, we're just picking 5 questions a week. And that's it. And we don't really think about it or talk about it ahead of time. We like it to just be like off the top of our heads, whatever, wherever the conversation goes. So. Yeah. Enough chattering. Let's get into these questions. Okay, Sam Peterson asks, so he's referring to, if you missed last week's video, go back and watch it. Spencer was sharing how he this is something like new that he started doing, but he's been sending videos to for sale by owners. And he shared, like I said, more about it in the video last week. So go watch that. But Sam Peterson was asking, does he send the videos to the for sale by owner before he makes contact with them, like as an introduction?
Yeah.
So go a little bit more.
Yeah, so this is kind of like my introduction video because I realize just a random phone call, you've never seen me, I never have seen you. And what I am having the best luck with, I guess you could say, is, or I'd say results even, because I'm getting results now.
Yeah, it's not luck.
It's the introductory video. I'm not prospecting to say you need to use me, or this is going to happen. I'm not doing any fear tactics, anything like that. It's just a simple introduction. And in fact, I'm saying, I don't blame you for being a for sale by owner, because ultimately that's their choice right now. You're kind of insulting them if you're saying, hey, you only are going to sell your house unless you list with me. It never usually goes as planned once that verbiage is used with a client that's for sale by owners. So what you need to do and shall do is encourage them to keep doing what they're doing, but you're a resource in 14 to 13 days. 14 to like 28 days when they do decide to list it with an agent.
From my understanding, because I did watch the video, it was more like, hey, this is who I am. You know what? Good for you. You're doing what you're doing. But if and when you do decide to use a realtor, I'd love to be one that you interview with and just chat with. And then, of course, you follow up with them, right? From there.
Yeah. And what I do actually is I save that video into another YouTube channel that's not for subscribers. That's just for listed homes that we want to share with clients that are out of state. So it's a private channel. And so I just direct copy paste into my text, and I have a little description below the video explaining the video just in case they don't want to open a link. If they have an iPhone, I notice it just actually gives a big picture, like a what are these cover photos called?
What are you talking about?
The cover photo? Thumbnail. It gives a quick little thumbnail, which is awesome. Yeah. Because ultimately all I want them to know is my face and my name. Yeah. 6 times and later, then I maybe get in the door.
Yeah. Okay. So the next question is, how do you ever take vacations as a real estate agent? I would love to hear your thoughts on it. So 2 things I would say. One is, for us, We used to be, and we still are, but we used to be, like when I started out in this business, I was like listings only, hardly ever worked with buyers. And I think that really helped because when you have listings, you have to do more work up front to like give the presentation, prepare, get the listing. But then once you've gone on that listing appointment, you've done the photos, like it is listed, you can do, for the most part, everything else remotely. Like you're still doing stuff, but you don't have to be like right then and there. You know what I mean? Like all the other agents go to work to show your house, the listing for you. So you're of course advertising it and putting it out there, but it's a lot easier to take vacations. But then with buyers, because I've been working with a lot more like out of state buyers and that kind of thing recently, we are just very last minute. So we never really book trips. Like we're not the kind of people that'll book a trip like 6 months out, a year out. Like even if we're leaving the country, like we will book it like a couple weeks ahead of time.
Max.
3 months max. Usually it's a lot less. So we usually are just pretty last minute and we're like, oh, we see an opening or, we have a break in between like the, buyer clients. Let's take this opportunity. And it works out really great for us. So that's kind of what we do and it works really good and we like it.
Yeah. We could have personally, honestly, take more vacations. Based off our last one, we just haven't done it that much. And that's through the last 2.5 years of what's been going on around us. And everybody knows what I'm talking about. But I feel like we're getting out of that shell and so are others.
But we used to take a lot more.
So many more.
Before everything. And of course, before we had a kid and like we were still in real estate and it worked and it was not. Yeah. It wasn't that difficult. Of course, you prepare your clients ahead of time. You prepare everything. Like you make things more turnkey when you leave. But I don't really necessarily think it needs to be like this whole, I'm out of the office from this date to this date. Yeah. Like I've done it that way before, but it doesn't have to be like that where you can still get back to people and you don't have to also be on your phone the whole time. You can still enjoy your vacation. Like you can do both, I believe.
And that's personally like how I've always rocked our vacations is I dedicate an hour or whatever part of the day towards business, getting back to emails, texts, phone calls, and sending my buyer clients homes that they're wanting in their general home search. So
absolutely,
definitely bring your work on vacation. I'd say if you're a real estate agent, there's really no excuse not to, because we say this often, our work is our life. And if you actually enjoy what you're doing, it's not actually work.
But at the same time, you can bring it with you without it being like the whole, like all you're doing, like you don't have to be glued to your phone the whole time. Like it does not have to look like that because we've done it that way, but it doesn't look that way anymore, thankfully. And there's other ways to do it. Okay. So this question is from Waterbug. The other ones I forgot to write down, who they were from. I apologize. She says, it seems like you're misleading for sale by owners when you call them in order to get a meeting. Or am I seeing this incorrectly? What do you say once you meet a for sale by owner in person and how does that conversation go?
I have never personally been the bait and switch guy. That's just me personally. There's a lot of brokers that are the type of bait and switch, meaning what you're going to say is, hey, I have a buyer for you. And then you get there and they let you in their home. And then you say, oh, actually, how do you feel about listing your home with me? You're telling them one thing, but then going in to do another. I've never believed in that philosophy to get my foot in the door. I'm pretty much upfront and a pretty normal guy because I understand there's 40 other agents just like myself calling you. What I am looking at, though, is how can I look different than any other agent? And right now it's video in the follow-up game saying when you're ready, let's book a listing appointment or just a free consultation letting you know what we could do for you, get your home sold with a cost sheet of a commission in the end. So I'm pretty black and white with a lot of my prospects. I've never had much success when it comes to the bait and switch methods because, as you know, being a real estate agent, finding clientele is sometimes hard, but you need to be honest for them to trust you in one of the biggest transactions these individuals have had in their lives. Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so nextly, this question was a comment on a video, and they asked, do you think getting licensed for passive income is worth it?
I mean,
I was a little confused because obviously it is, but it isn't. Like,
I know, right?
Okay, the real definition of passive income is like set it and forget it. So it's not like, obviously it's not passive income, but it does. There are a lot of days when it kind of feels like somewhat, you know what I'm saying?
Well,
I
yeah,
don't know.
because like say you work your 9-to-5 job and you got family obviously that wants to sell or buy real estate. You want to have a real estate license to make a paycheck, helping out friends and family, right?
Yeah.
The question you really have to ask yourself, are you doing your clients a service, not being in the industry often enough to really show them and how to write an offer? Because a lot of new agents, they don't even know how to write an offer. They're going to their principal brokers, and if you're only writing like 4 or 5 deals a year, right. You're very not in the game, I should say.
You won't know how to advise your clients. You don't know how to advise your client
as
to what to write their offer for, because you won't know.
And you don't necessarily even know what paperwork is what. It's sad but true. People are not educated within the contracts in what paper forms to even provide with an offer. So then again, that's going to hurt your offer not to be selected and accepted with another seller. Yeah. So there's all types of variables, but you know, I couldn't blame you if you wanted to make an extra $7,000 to $12,000 a year. Who am I to say don't go and do that? The only problem I have with that is, in a way, you hurt the industry that I very much love and respect, because there's agents like, and my team and myself, that work full time in this and really, really strive for greatness. And
right.
That's it. But then again, like, I can't hold you down to that because I know what I'm going to be doing to go out to get business, and I just don't let that affect me.
Right. That makes sense. Okay. This last question was, do you only cold call for sell by owners, or did you stop calling expireds?
For the most part, I've basically stopped calling expireds. They just haven't been worth, I guess, my time as of the latest few months. What I have been seeing, though, is there's starting to be more on the expired lists at the end of the month, so I might get back into that. I used to actually have a program. I still do. I just rarely use it. Do you know that program's name? And maybe drop a link below for people to look into that.
For
RedX
numbers?
Yeah.
I think it's RedX, but I don't know 100%.
Okay. I believe it's RedX.
Yeah.
But Mariah, if she can find the link, an affiliated link.
Yeah, for what he's talking about, I'll link it below.
And get you guys a discount and a deal,
yes.
we have. Yeah. Then I think that's where you're going to be holding more value, because you can do a lot of cool things with that. It pulls the for sale by owners, obviously, but it also pulls expired listings, and you can do geo prospecting, meaning like you set a zip code or a neighborhood that you want to prospect to, and do like a boundary of like 100 homes, and you can simply try and gather all those numbers, put them into the basically CRM system for RedX, and it keeps it very organized. What I loved most about it is it had a dialer.
Oh,
and
did you use it?
Oh yeah. I've become non-dialant. I love my dialer.
You don't dial?
Yeah.
I've never used a dialer before.
Oh, it's awesome. If you don't have a dialer, you're missing out. It might seem intimidating, but it's not at all. You just got to do it and get a headset on, and that's where you will get the most money for your buck.
Right. So you don't call expireds, but that's like the beautiful thing about this business is you kind of just pivot. Like from our experience, you kind of just pivot to where, I don't want to say like where the money's at, but like what, like where the business is, what's working for you, but also what's working because of the way the industry's going and the market and all of that. So like things change and there are more expired listings, or it just seems like a better way to prospect, you can always start that up again. You don't have to stick with one thing, because I always thought I'd be sitting there getting all my business from for sale by owners. I never thought it would come from, any different way. And now my business looks totally different. So like there's so many ways to
I sincerely never thought like you would get the out-of-state clients you do based off your other channels as well, just strictly through online presence. And as soon as that started happening, I became a believer of it, and you changed my perspective, and we made a pivot at that point. We had a business decision to make and where to invest our money then. So if that's you, think about ways that work for you, what's working now, maybe what's not working, make cuts, but also make gains. There's always something more we can be doing for our clients, but also for our own business. And if you're in real estate, you need to invest in yourself. If you're not, then you need to have a real discussion with a coach, a principal broker, another broker in your office that you trust. What should you be investing in that's going to make you a better and more successful agent?
Anything else?
That's
this
all
was pretty short and sweet, but Anything else you've add?
No, heading into summer.
Is
So,
this
I
week?
mean,
Is this week?
get those clients.
Yes.
Keep on going.
All right. Well, thank you for watching. If you watched this video all the way through, be sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell so that you don't miss anything, because like I said, we come on here every single week and we answer your questions. So continue to send them our way and we'll continue to show up and hang out.
And we'll drop a link below for that RedX
Yes, I'll find that
link for you guys to subscribe or look into if that's something that piques your interest. But a dialer certainly will boost your business, because from personal experience, we made probably 10 plus more deals just having it.
All right. We'll see you guys next week.